Most people think about sales. Sales are easy to track. A lot of people know their sales. Man, our production's killing it right now. So I think we spent like $20,000 in April. We spent like 20 grand and we got 400,000 back.
Let's get it. If there is a business owner that is struggling and they need to hit a certain thing by a certain period, there's this hidden variable of just like grit, of just freaking hunger, of just like motivation to hit that.
Nobody will follow you that's a better leader than you. Your team can only be as good as how good you are as a leader.
By the way, dude, the freaking wait till you see the venue pink on. Holy schnitzel, man. You're gonna go freaking bonkers.
It's in He's gonna have to edit that out.
What's going on, guys? Lucas Jensen here, back with the Forward Thinking Podcast. I am in a different setup today. Got a different camera angle. I want to test this one out. So I'm on my laptop instead of my camera, just to give a little bit more of an intimate role. So I hope you guys like seeing the shoulders. But I'm here with my good friend, Spencer Heyward, for what collaboration is this? Number 4?
Yeah, 4 or 5 here, I think.
4 or 5. How we doing, Spence?
I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good over here. Just summer is about to be in full swing. Had a really good April. Our May's doing okay, but June was our best month, I think, last year. Really a big month, and so we're planning on some big numbers here this June.
Cool, dude. Share some numbers with me, month to month over 2025. What's it been?
Oh man, you're asking some hard questions. In April we did 400,000. This month's been really rough for us. We're at 114,000. Not doing very good right now. Part of that's because we lowered our Google ads went off for about a week and a half, and then we had to slowly ramp them back up. So we didn't have any Google ads going. And then that really made us suffer quite a bit. And then it's just been kind of a weird April. I think a lot of your viewers will agree. It's just been a little bit slower for a lot of people here.
For the month of May?
Yeah, for the month of May. Yeah. April was 400,000. If I go over to, March had a pretty decent month. We had 189 in March. February, I think we had a pretty good 170. And then all the way back in January, I think we did over 200 in January. Looks like 216 in January. But our goal was to do for quarter one was to do 600,000. So which is a 200,000 each quarter. So I mean, it was a pretty intentional burn there for quarter one.
Okay, so 600,000 was the Q1 target. That was a quarterly rock with 600,000, and then so basically pays for 200 a month. So January you hit it, February and March you missed it, and then April you made up for it by basically 2xing the monthly. Or what's your Q2 goal?
Q2 goal I think is like 975.
975. Okay, so 600 in Q1 based on seasonality, demand.
Yeah, and we did 576 in quarter
so
one.
Not too far off.
No, we were about 5% away from our goal. That's just one good sale, honestly.
That really is. Okay, so not too far off. And then what's the Q3 one? I know you're probably not there yet with your traction.
Quarter 3. Let's see. I can do the math here. I'm pretty sure it's so 1.12 million. So 1.125. So 1 million and then 125,000.
Cool. And then Q4 that's probably coming down a little bit, or what?
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, we're at December was 200,000, and then November was 275, and then October was like maybe 375. I think it was like 850. It's I think it's our lowest. It's going to be a lot closer to quarter one. We make all of our money in quarter 2 and 3.
Interesting. Yeah, it seems like Q3 is a little bit heavier. Probably July is like the maximum. There's probably I think July is usually the maximum for a lot of people, just because like demand is so high in that month, but supply is low because people are booked up. So it's like if you can fit people in like now, they'll pay. So July is probably like July probably your highest months, eh?
Yeah, no, it's June last year was, you're going to assume that our numbers are going to be significantly smaller last year than this year. And I think we did 250 in June. So, now we got 2 sales guys, or our marketing budget's like double or triple, It's going to be a good month.
Mm-hmm. And what happened with Google, dude? Why did it shut down for a week and a half?
We had a spam problem. Some spam issues that were happening. Our boy Dylan immediately sent us a message, say, "Hey, we're having these problems. You can leave it on. You can do calls only, or you can just turn it off for a week." He's like, "I don't think you're gonna there's no reason to spend this money if we're not going to be getting the right people." So, I mean, I've heard it happen before, and Dylan was able to come in pretty quickly, go in and say, "Hey, this is a problem. I'm working on solutions. And then I'll let you know when it's fixed. Hopefully it'll be fixed by Friday." But the biggest problem there is, so we turned them off because we didn't want to be spending money, just throwing money down the drain. But after you do, just like Facebook, you have to slowly build it back up. And so with Facebook, if you're at 3 million or 300, 3,000 a month, and then you want to jump to 15, you can't just go from 3 to 15. You got to go in steps.
Yeah. So it makes sense. Same thing for Google. But then coming back, it's a lot easier, right? Jumping from 15,000 to, you could kill it and drop to 3,000. But then when you want to build back up, typically what we do when we scale companies up is 10 to 15% every 3 to 5 days. So increase 10, 15%, monitor. It stays stable. So it just depends on how much you want to climb. But what kind of spams were coming in? Just like a lot of fake leads and shit coming in?
We didn't even see it on our end. It was just a bunch of, because we didn't see any spam numbers coming in. We didn't see any spam leads. It was the cost per lead, the cost per click. They had spammers and, scamming companies going in and doing, artificially rising the cost per click. So you had people going in and clicking it, or systems going in and clicking them, making our price go up. And that could either be intentional from another painting company here to make us leave Google. It could be unintentional. It could be, I know one guy that all of the stuff was coming from Mexico. This was about 2 years ago now. And all the spam was coming from a place in Mexico. It was this company that somehow made money by, just ruining the cost per click for random companies. I don't even know how they made money that way, but they did.
That's terrible, dude. Imagine having a business that's built on making other people pay more for the same thing.
Oh yeah, that's rough.
That's terrible, dude.
Gosh.
That's terrible. Yeah. That's okay. So you went through that this month. So I know Google gets you a lot of high intent leads, so that's probably why you're at 114. But dude, I don't know what it is. I think April was an insane month for so many people, and you saw that too, right? 400,000, and then dropping down. Now it's just like, how are you feeling?
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Our sales numbers don't look great, but man, our production numbers, where you want to, most people think about sales. Sales are easy to track. A lot of people know their sales. Man, our production's killing it right now. Like, we're going in and we're at like 300,000 right now for this month in production. And a lot of people, they go and they track the sales, but they don't know what they're producing. And so people have cancellations, or, they got 3 or 4 jobs that don't have a good gross profit. A lot of companies go in, they don't know much about accounting. And so it's kind of a boring topic, but yeah, the bank account feels pretty good right now.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
It's from all the sales from last month, and our marketing budget was at 6%. So I think we spent like $20,000 in April for all those things. So that's another, a lot of people spend 10%, and it's not that we won't spend 10%, but we spent like 20 grand and we got 400,000 back. Oh, let's get it. It feels pretty good, right? Okay, well, we have an extra 20 grand here that we can spend towards other things,
Yeah. And dude, there's a saying that our boy Russell Peach says, and it says, sales is for show and production is for the dough, right? So it's like the sales is good, but you're only really like inflating the number on your papers, but you actually don't have cash collected. And then production is really when you get that cash collected, right? So dude, if you're doing $300,000 in production, I know a lot of money's coming into your bank account right now. So,
Yeah,
dude, thank goodness I invested in Swift Hand Painting back in the day and have equity in the business.
I know.
I'm kidding.
Just got to trade some equity here for me. 5%, 5%.
Yeah, dude, I can't, bro. I can't do that, dude, because Daniel is a freaking black belt in Taekwondo is going to whoop my ass, dude.
He's going to whoop your ass about it. Oh, man.
But, okay, so production's going really good, which is great to hear. So, how many crews? I can't remember what you said last month. How many crews are you at now?
It really just goes week by week since we're all sub crews. So we're actually kind of mulling out a little bit of the crews that are a little bit less effective, I guess you could say. Maybe not less effective, but just a little less professional, or they got their own branding on their stuff. We're calling it, I guess you could say.
Probably sub crews are showing up wearing their own branding at your client's place.
It's not their own branding with like shirts and stuff, but like some of them have like logos on their vehicles. And so we have to make them, they're not going to get rid of their vehicles, but we're basically just saying, hey, before we were allowing you to cover them up every job, but you just can't do it anymore. Just kind of, hey, we got enough people now. We really like working with you. If you want to work with us anymore, you're going to have to remove that entirely. And so that's been pretty helpful. We're calling it though, so we're probably about 10, 15 crews. We have about 8 A-team crews.
A-team? Like good
A-team, like the old movie.
Yeah. I actually never saw it, but I know exactly what you're talking about. But yeah, dude, I'm fucking revealing my age.
Yeah.
Anytime someone's like, have you watched The Godfather? I'm like, no. They're like, but
that just means you're not cultured. It doesn't have anything to do with your age.
Dude, I am The Godfather. Bro.
No, whatever. That you would not say that if you watch the movie.
Oh gosh, that word. But and dude, okay, so how many sales reps? You're at 2 sales reps, right?
2 sales reps, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And obviously at 114, are they keeping busy? Do you have a lot of appointments, or what's the reason like people aren't buying from you right now? You think?
Our close rate for, let's take a look here. It's a little bit of a win rate issue, but also it's mostly a appointment issue. Just because not enough money was spent on marketing because of Google, and then just not enough leads, not enough converting. And we did, I think that's one of the main issues. Our close rate's still at 30%. So it's but last month, if we go and look at last month in April, our close rate was at 58%. So it's like big difference. That's a 30% difference in close rate.
Yeah.
But just it's mostly the lead quality though. I think if we had more leads, it would feel a little bit more relaxed,
the old cat and mouse marketer move, eh?
I know. It's like if we had more, yeah, really it's all forward media marketing's fault. If we had more leads, then we'd be doing better. But those damn marketers.
I know, dude. That's that freaking spam company out of Mexico, isn't it?
I know, yeah. I need to hire them real quick. They do their job really well, whatever they're doing,
Okay, so it's a lead volume thing.
Yeah, last couple of weeks though, it's picked up. So
good.
This is the first week we're really starting to see. Okay, there's a lot more leads on the schedule. Our schedule is pretty much bare. 7 or 8 appointments for like 2-3 weeks. Yeah. And now we're getting. Now we're at the 15, 20. My guys are just booked out. 3 appointments a day is what I send them to.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, look, it's the end of the month. Everybody's got a fire under their ass at the end of the month. Like, you're at 114 now. It's May 28th. How many days are there in May? 31. You got 3.5 days, including today.
Yeah.
To get you at least to that metric, right? And like, you could do that in eight sales.
Yeah.
I know your average job size is what, 6,000 maybe, 7,000 right now.
Like 8 grams.
8 grand. Okay. Yeah. So then 10 sales. All right. So, I mean, dude, it really doesn't take that much.
Yeah.
If you have 2 sales reps running 3 appointments a day. You can get that. But dude, I mean, look, I wouldn't be surprised if you tell me like, hey, I hit 200 or like at least close to it. Right.
Yeah.
So, man, I saw this post the other day, and I think it's so accurate, but you know, like accountants and companies that are forecasting and things like that, it's like they say it and it has to make sense number wise and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, there's variable factors of what's my close rates and what's, you know, average cost per lead and this, that, and whatever. But there's this hidden variable factor about like the sales reps or the owners basically like hunger towards it that's not measurable. But if there is a business owner that is struggling and they need to hit a certain thing by a certain period, there's this hidden variable of just like grit, of just freaking hunger, of just like motivation to hit that, right? Yeah. Like if you had to hit $200,000 by the end of the month, you would 1000% make it happen. But the reason is companies let off the gas of like, oh, or there's like this limiting mindset, right? Like one of our clients, Ryan Azell, came off a burner of like $400,000, and April was super high too. And then this month he called me like a week and a half ago. He's like, dude, I'm at $60,000 in sales. Like, I don't know what's going on, what to do, whatever. And I'm like, man, you got like half the month to make shit happen. Like you got to do it. And now it's sitting at like 130 or 140 or something like that, just because like he's hungry, right? So he's going out on the quotes, he's closing jobs and things like that, and he's making shit happen. And it's just this basically variable factor that's just not measurable, of just like how hungry are you, like how bad do you really want it, and you make it happen, you know? So dude, what was your original target for May?
325, I think, or maybe 375.
So that's going to be a hard one. That's going to be a hard one in this situation. But realistically, I mean, given where you're at right now in 114, I know your production is so strong, but what is a sales number that you would absolutely be so happy to hit by the end of May?
Oh man, I mean, even 200,000 would be a good way to finish off. You know, I think it's definitely possible.
Okay.
So that's another 85.
85K. So 10 jobs close at 8K average job size, give or take. So yeah, dude, I think you got it. So man, I'm hungry for it. I want to get that version. So okay, so let's set a competition here. Okay, May 1st, if you get $200,000 in sales, and you send me a screenshot of $200,000 for the month of May, and you're not fluffing it, you're not getting Daniel to freaking sell his own house and mark it up 55,000. Okay, like $200,000 in sales.
Yeah.
What is something I can provide for you that would make you hungry enough to get it?
Oh man, what's a good thing? I mean, my wife has been wanting a vacation. Maybe you just get me a all expenses paid resort trip to, I don't know, Hawaii.
Hawaii. Okay, hold on. Wait.
He's like, never mind.
Yeah. I'm in the podcast right now.
Yeah. You're like, oh yeah, it's too late. You've already said you do it. So
yeah, dude, all expenses lunch in Salt Lake City.
Oh yeah, that'd be good too. My wife wouldn't mind that.
You know what, dude? I've never been to Hawaii. So how about this? How about what are you spending in ads right now with us?
6,000.
Okay.
Yeah, you just cover that.
Dude, how about this? If you get $200,000 in sales for Swift Hand Painting by May 31st, today we're May 28th. By May 31st, I'll swing you 2 CEO tickets to PaintCon. When we announce it, you got 2 100% free CEO tickets to PaintCon.
CEO tickets. Sounds like a fair deal to me.
Yeah, dude.
There we go.
So 2 tickets. That's a good amount. That's a very good amount worth.
It's like $6,000 right there.
And all you got to do is get to $200,000, and this is all recorded. Okay, this is all going to be dropped.
Yeah, this is going out.
31st though. It might be released after. So I'm gonna add a little snippet after a record. Be like, Spencer hit it, or Spencer didn't hit it. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get Adam, who's our content creator right now, or content producer, to edit that into this part right here. 19 minutes and 40 seconds. Spencer hit it.
Oh, there we go. Got it.
All right, so today is Monday, June 2nd, which means that today is the update on whether Spencer hit the goal or if he didn't hit the goal. All right, so, and again, if he hit the goal, he got 2 free CEO tickets to PaintCon. So real quick, before I give you guys the answer, I want you to drop a quick comment, pause the video, drop a quick comment saying, yes, Spencer hit it, or no, Spencer did not hit it. And then after you do that, then I'll tell you the answer. All right, so Monday, June 2nd, Spencer had $80-something thousand to go before hitting the goal. And Spencer did not hit the goal, unfortunately. He was close. He was very close, but he did not hit the goal. So that means Spencer's paying double. So Spencer, thank you for your voluntary donation to pay double for your PaintCon CEO tickets. Hope you enjoy them, man. They're going to be nice and warm for you. And I'll see you there, brother.
Spencer's paying double at PaintCon. Oh, Spencer's paying double at PaintCon if he doesn't hit it.
No. This is your thing. This is your thing. I don't want any negative consequences. The negative consequences for me will be the internal battle that I did not hit it.
Yeah, dude. You and your freaking green eucalyptus walls.
Yeah. Fresh eucalyptus walls, Got dead.
Okay. May 31st, I'm gonna give you a call.
All right, sounds good.
You paying double or you're coming for free?
There we go. Good money right there. Good stuff.
Cool, dude. So yeah, bro. 200,000 May 31st.
All right, I'll get there. We'll get there.
$86,000 away.
Yep, there we go. 86.
Yeah. CEO's gonna be nuts, by the way, dude. The friggin' wait till you see the venue, PaintCon. Holy schnitzel, man. You're gonna go friggin' bonkers.
It's in
Hey, real quick, before we get back into the video, if you are running a painting, an epoxy, or a concrete coating business and you're saying to yourself right now, Lucas, I am done playing it small. Lucas, I am hungry and I'm ready to grow and I'm ready to scale my business this year, then listen up. If you want my team and I to help you fix that, if you want more qualified leads into your sales pipeline, if you want more high intent appointments into your sales calendar, and if you want more high ticket jobs, shoot me a quick text at 602-833-5079, and I will personally reach out and set up a game plan to help you turn your yearly revenue into your monthly revenue and help you dominate and scale your business right now. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I appreciate you tuning in, and I look forward to helping you scale your business this year. Let's go.
He's gonna have to edit that out. Like,
location disclosed. Yeah, I'm just gonna go through at like a buzzer sound, like.
Yeah, it's in blank. Oh, man. What are you announcing that?
Okay, so it is going to be in November. I'll say that it's going to be in November, and I think the best time to drop it's likely 4 to 5 months before, because if you drop it like a year before, people are going to forget about it and hype's going to die. But this venue is so freaking nuts.
Nice.
I want the hype is naturally just going to stay high. But so if it's in November, it would be June or July.
This is coming up.
It is coming up, dude.
Next month, you're gonna announce it. Should be good. I'm excited. PaintCon, first PaintCon was pretty awesome.
Yeah, dude. What's your take on that, man? How did it compare to other painting events that you've been to?
Very hype, a little bit more hype than I'm used to. I really liked it. A lot of there's some good motivational in there. So motivational speeches and motivation. And I think one of the biggest factors for PaintCon was, the PCA is a good event. There's lots to learn. There's lots of people there, but it's a pretty big event, over 1,000 painters there. There's a mix between corporate, people and, small companies, good mix, right? But PaintCon was a little bit smaller, a little bit more intimate, and that was good. But, the speakers were really solid. A lot of people, a lot of broad scope ideas. And at the end of the day, you really only need to learn 1 or 2 things from an event like this. It's not super expensive. It didn't take a ton of time to go out there and fly I bought my tickets like 2 weeks before I got to the airport. And then I realized I bought them for the wrong month. So I just quickly changed my airplane tickets to the right month, oh yeah, I guess did I tell you that?
No, you
I might have been less than 2 weeks. I think I'm like, oh, I guess I should go. I was like, I guess I'm speaking at PaintCon. I should probably buy tickets for it on the airplane. So I bought them like a week or two before, maybe even less. It might have been the same week. And I bought the tickets. It was in November and I bought them for like December. So I show up to the airport all ready to go, and they're like, your plane isn't leaving for like a month, right? I'm like, oh shoot, well, can I change that?
So you didn't even know, you just showed up expecting it to be on November, I think it was like what, 20?
I showed up to the airport and had them change my ticket to the same day while I was at the airport.
Dude, you were so lucky.
I know.
You were so lucky.
I know. What are the odds of that, right? You get pretty lucky there.
Yeah, you show up in December, you're like, wow, PaintCon's dead.
Yeah, PaintCon's dead. Where is this? So cold too in San Diego.
Yeah. So the speaker lineup was great. Did you like the group workout we did on the Friday before?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was different. It's different. It was fun, interesting. You guys got some trainers in there. I like that there was a gym close by too. That was nice.
Yeah. They say people that suffer together grow together, right? So that was my goal, dude. But I was getting heckled, man, because I was going around making sure everyone's staying intact. When people were like, "You're just trying to keep your workout." I'm like,
yeah. You just should have been working out, man. Should have been working out instead. Yeah. No, I really liked Andy Elliott. I've seen him speak a couple times, and I really liked his talk a lot more at PaintCon than I have previously. I feel like it was a lot more intimate, but like a lot more like a person. Mm-hmm. Like it seemed like very broad. Like when he's up there on a stage with 1,000 people watching him, or 2,000 or 3,000, it's very like, you get this, but there was nothing really there. And this one was a lot more personal, a lot more heartfelt. I guess the best way to say it is there was a lot of heart, and I wasn't expecting that, and it really made me feel, really made me think.
Good, dude. Yeah. What I love about Andy is how him and Jackie, his wife, like go to every single event together. Like having your spouse bought in with you and your mission is just insane. So, dude, I've been bringing Christina to like all the events and stuff, and it's a game changer, dude. Bring your spouse to events. Holy smokes, man. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to bring my wife to some events. The biggest thing is, so I don't remember exactly what was said, but like I was at PaintCon and someone said something. And I was like, you're right. Because my original goal for my plan, my 5-year plan was like 5 houses, 5 years, and then I'll have a kid. I'll have kids based on, I'll have 5 houses. I will have secured future wealth for generations to come. And then I'll start having kids. And after PaintCon, I was like, I don't think something clicked in me that says, I don't really need to go in and wait for another 4th and 5th house. Like it's supposed to be hard. Mm-hmm. And so I got home from that trip and I was like, hey, you want to have a baby?
My boy Spencer got off the plane and got right into the humping.
Yeah, for real though. Literally, that one event was, it might have been something Jason Phillips said. It might have been something that Andy said. I don't know who said it. Someone said something about having a family and how it's more important than anything. And then I was like, that was someone said something that made me change my mind.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to do this. So,
I love it, dude.
Yeah. Which is why I'm worried that I won't be able to come to PaintCon,
Why?
Because of the baby.
So we're announcing it?
Yeah, we can announce it. I mean, I've told a bunch of people already now.
Oh, so. Okay. But last podcast, I mean, it was like more of like a hidden thing.
Yeah, this is why this bastard tried to give me these CEO tickets. He knew I wouldn't be able to come.
Yeah.
This sneaky guy over here, he's trying to get away with it,
No. Yeah, dude, 1 seat for you and 1 for the baby, bro.
Yeah.
I said bring your spouse, but bring your newborn, dude.
Yeah, I can't bring. Yeah, I'll have her staying at home. But yeah, we're having a baby in November, and I think that's a big step right there. You
Dude,
know,
that's amazing, man.
Yeah.
I know I congratulated you last time, but dude, you're gonna be an awesome father, man.
I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah. So, do you know if it's a boy or girl yet?
Yeah, it's a boy.
It's a boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be
Lucas
cool.
Jr. Are you going for Lucas Jr.? Is that what you're gonna name him?
No, I do like the name Lucas, but we're not gonna name Lucas because I already got a friend named Lucas. You know,
Oh.
can't confuse them because I'll be like, Lucas, get out of the trash, you know, and then I'm like, no, not you, son.
Like Oscar the Grouch over here, bro. You got trash, I'll sniff it out.
Oh man.
But, do you have a name lined up for the little man?
Not yet. We'll see. I'll have to wait for that later.
Swifthand.
Yeah, we'll call him Swifty. Swifty Meep Meep, just like the mascot.
Dude, you know what I've always found cool? The people that I tried shooting this idea to Christina, but she shot it down. She's like, that's stupid. It was people that have the same first name and the same last name. So like Jensen, or like Heyward. I'm like, that is so cool, man.
You like that? She didn't like that though.
No, she didn't like it.
Yeah. That yours would work better though.
Yeah,
You know?
there are a lot of like first name Jensens. Hayward,
Yeah.
I don't know, unless it's like the 1800s. I don't think there's many Hayward.
That'd be confusing too. I wonder how many softwares are meant to decline that automatically. Probably not a ton because it probably happens enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like if I was coding something, I'd be like, oh, I want to make sure they don't use the same name twice. I'd make sure that it would code that it would say, you know, first and last name cannot be the same.
Yeah. I think that's play. Yeah. Or like when someone does it, you just assume it's a typo. You don't assume like,
if you do Jensen though, their name could be JJ.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, I'm Norwegian, right? So my last name is actually pronounced Jensen. But we just threw that away, dude. We're just like, no, we're sticking with Jensen. So it'll be the Jensen.
Well, you should name your kid Jensen, and then Jensen, and then anytime you want to fuck with someone, you're just like, no, it's Jensen.
Yeah, dude. The people like it's pronounced Jensen. They'll be like, oh, Jensen. No, Jensen.
Yeah.
That confusion.
Yeah, my family really hated me as a child.
Dude, have you seen that Family Guy episode where Peter names Meg and she's like, oh, it's actually short for Megatron?
That one's funny, man. That was so funny.
That was so good, dude. But yeah, bro, I want to pick your brain more on the PaintCon idea. So, who were the three biggest takeaway speakers that you had, or the three speakers that you're like, wow, like you were just so intrigued and dialed in?
Well, Andy Elliott, always, highlight speaker, very dialed in there. Really wanted to make sure I got my full money's worth out of that one. Good guy. But he really spoke very well. And when I was watching him, I'm like, so this is how you can watch him and you're like, okay, this is how a great speaker speaks. He's very talented at speaking.
Yeah.
Very impressive. And then of course, Jason Phillips, always one of my favorites. Always love hearing from him. Good guy, good man, very similar in my goals, and people who I want to mirror and to become, very similar in my path and his path, and he's had his company open for 28 years. It's like my age, like a very long time. He's had a, he really resembles the family and the people and the core values that I value. Very good speaker as well. I'm trying to think who else. There's a lot of good ones in there. Russell, Nick, Ron, all good speakers. Some people did a little bit more philosophical. Some people did a little bit more intentional, or I guess applicable. I don't know, where you can apply it immediately. And those application ones are nice, but they don't sit with you as long,
Right. Yeah, because you do the quick fix and then it's like on to the next. But you want something that stays with you, and you're constantly trying to level it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Well, look, man, like we have some huge huge hitters at FanCon, dude. So
Man, I'll be disappointed if you don't have David Goggins. I'll
no
be
comment.
disappointed.
No
I'll be
comment.
disappointed. I'll be very disappointed if you.
Confirm nor deny. Dude, you know, if David's not there, it's just gonna be me, bro. I'll just run. I'll do the
I broke my fucking foot last week. I'm gonna do 50 push-ups right now. Like anyone could do it.
There's a little bitch in you.
I know how you do it. I'm gonna rip my shirt off right now before we even start talking.
Dude, I love it, bro. I heard him speak, and I was like, it's the same thing when you're just so fired up. Like, I was like, holy schnitzel, man. This guy's like, he's just a different mentality of a beast, man. Like, his story is insane. He did Hell Week 3 times just because he got comfortable.
Have you read his book yet?
Yeah, it's a. Where is it? I have it. Yeah, I did read it though.
Nice. It's a good book. I'm working through it right now.
Yeah.
I got like 3 freaking books right now that I'm reading. I'm like, which one's got to balance them a little better.
Yeah, dude. What, you put down the Harry Potter?
Yeah, I do love Harry Potter.
The words got too hard for you?
Yeah, they cut too hard. I'm like, no, Hermione.
Yeah, two syllables maximum. That's
yeah. I can't. How do I say this word? Gryffindor.
No, dude, that's something I used to always read. I'll let off the gas on it. I've just been like doing like courses and things like that.
Yeah.
I miss reading, bro. I built this huge reading corner with Christina in my house. It's just like a bookshelf and chairs and use it once, bro. I gotta.
Yeah, what a waste of money. What a waste of money. You only used it one time. You built this whole thing, probably spent too much money on the bookshelf and the chair, and now you're not even using it.
And the books.
And the books. Books aren't very expensive. How many books did you buy for it?
Well, it's not that I bought for it, but I have like a weird addiction where like I want to develop this part of it, right? So I'm like, I buy a book for it or something like that. And then like I wanted to wake up early, so I bought the 5 a.m. club, right?
Yeah.
I wake up early now, but it's like I didn't make it all the way through the book. I'm like, I want to wake up early, so I bought a book on it.
Yeah.
Or just do the thing and wake up early.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like I buy a lot of books. But I don't get to a lot of them. So I have a lot of books I haven't read, but like the intention's there, you know? So, and I got the place now, so I need to read it. But right now I'm reading 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. So
I'm reading that too. What part are you on?
I'm on law number. I just finished 5, so I'm on 6 now.
6. Yeah, that's a good one. I'm a little further than you. I like 15 or something. It was the first couple chapters hit hard though, man. They're like the law of the lids, first law. They're like, you can never be. It almost hurts a little, you know.
It stings.
Yeah, it stings. You're like, because the law of the lid is like, hey, you can't have team. Nobody will follow you that's a better leader than you. Like if you're a 5 on the leadership scale, you will not have anybody above a 5 following you.
Yeah.
And so it's literally like your team can only be as good as how good you are as a leader.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was the McDonald's example, right?
Yeah, that was the McDonald's example. But I mean, interesting enough, like the McDonald's brothers, they did a really good job at perfecting production.
Yeah, their bottleneck was scalability, right? And then
leadership. Yeah,
and Ray Kroc, not Crocker.
Yeah,
let's think of freaking Fairly Odd Parents.
They made so much money too. I think it was like $1 million back then when they sold their company. Is like I think it was like 17 million. I looked it up now.
Yeah, and that's still huge, but like compared to what it is now, because they were actually supposed to work out perpetuity into the company. I think it was like 1% or something like that, which would have been equivalent to like a couple $100 million now.
They never did. I guess is that where everyone says they got screwed over?
Yeah, that's where they got screwed over. Was like I think Ray was like worked it out or some shit. But they worked out perpetuity, which was a good play, but it just didn't. Pen never hit paper.
Ugh, yeah, that would be rough. But it would be rough while you're still sitting in a $10 million mansion, so it can't be that rough.
Yeah, life could be harder.
It could be a little harder, you know.
Hey, real quick, before we get back into the video, if you are running a painting, an epoxy, or a concrete coating business, and you're saying to yourself right now, Lucas, I am done playing it small. Lucas, I am hungry and I'm ready to grow and I'm ready to scale my business this year, then listen up. If you want my team and I to help you fix that, if you want more qualified leads into your sales pipeline, if you want more high intent appointments into your sales calendar, and if you want more high ticket jobs, shoot me a quick text at 602-833-5079, and I will personally reach out and set up a game plan to help you turn your yearly revenue into your monthly revenue and help you dominate and scale your business right now. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I appreciate you tuning in, and I look forward to helping you scale your business this year. Let's go.
Oh man, I got screwed out of this thing.
But yeah, dude, law of the lid, law of influence, law of process, law of navigation, and then law of addition. That's what I completed. So now I'm on law of solid ground. So I'm excited to dive into that one. But what chapter are you on? You said 15. So what?
Let me take a look here.
I just searched it.
Law of victory.
Law of victory. Yeah, I just searched it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Law of victory is basically like, hey, it's interesting. Like, hey, if you are successful and if you succeed, you will be a better leader. So it's like if you run one company successfully, then you want to start another company, it will be easier to become a leader because you have done things successfully and you are successful. So if you're constantly trying to be a leader and you do everything else right, but you're constantly losing, you're constantly losing, or you're going out of business, or you're, doing something, then you have this other problem.
Yeah.
And that makes it really hard to follow a leader. No one wants to follow a leader that's constantly failing. Yeah.
They want a winner.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone looking for a book recommendation, 21 Irrefutable Laws, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a beast of a book, and there's a lot that goes into it. And there's action items at the end of each chapter, which is really, really good. Because action's huge. But yeah, dude, I just really want to, that's my focus, is just develop leadership, right? Because like the law of the lid is like you can only grow so much as like it falls down to your level of leadership.
Yeah.
Or like everything that happens or doesn't happen is purely because of you. And if you're not growing or you are not where you want to be, it's 1000% something that you are doing right now that is preventing you from getting there. Yeah. What that is there's so many different variables and things like that, but there is something that you're currently doing that's preventing you from going where you want to be. And you just got to open it up, man. Open up that lid.
One of the things in that book is like, hey, like he's like, being a really good leader, like in order to become a professional leader, become a great leader, they're like, you're basically going to have to do this for like 5 years. And if you're truly trying to become a great leader, at the end of, by year 5, you're going to be saying, how far can I go? So it's like, it's kind of something that's really like mind boggling to me, as someone that only has had this company open for 4 or 5 years, is like, so in order for me to grow, in order for me to become a great leader, I need at least 5 years of concentrated effort on leadership. And that's a long time. I'll be in my 30s by then, but that doesn't mean that that's far away from me now. But when I'm 35, I'll be like, man, like if I'm 35, that'd be someone, 40, but it's the continual learning, and every day is an improvement. Every day we're getting better at being a leader. Leadership is never ending. And that's something that's hard for myself to understand.
You're never going to master it. Like, it's just, you're going to have progress, but you'll never be the freaking perfect leader.
Yeah.
Freaking AI, and you analyze and prove yourself over and over and over again, but I love that constant self-development. Like, what's that Greek story of the guy who keeps pushing the rock up the hill?
Oh, I don't know. You're Nordic or something, so you would know.
Pushing up rock. Sisyphus. Basically, it's just like the eternal punishment that he was rewarded was basically he has to always push up a rock up a hill, and as soon as he gets near the top, it's like it resets and he has to like push it up again, right? And it's just that metaphor is leadership, literally, right? Like you constantly have to get better, right? When you think you're getting good, something shit's gonna happen. You got to push it back up again to like always keep the pressure. And as soon as you let off the gas, dude, that rock's gonna take you out. You know, so it's like it's that constant, continuous development that I personally love. But that's what makes or breaks big companies is literally the leader. You know,
Yeah, it's true. That's true.
That's why the McDonald's brothers couldn't scale McDonald's to $1 billion empire, but Ray Kroc stepped in and he was able to, right? Because leadership.
Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for the podcast today. Appreciate you.
No
And
problem.
man, $200,000 for 2 CEO tickets. Get after it, bro. That's a whole lot of guacamole.
All right, sounds good. That's some good money right there. I'll work on it.
All right, well, have a great one. Thank you again, and I'll see you next month.
See you next month.
Ciao, dude.